We have some new information now to our breaking news.
Yeah, plane making a landing out at Nashville International ended up in a ditch. Our Chris Conti is in Sky 5 above it all. And Chris, do we know if anyone was hurt?
Well, Rory, we just confirmed with the Nashville Fire Department that 3 people were injured when that Southwest flight from Houston slammed into the ground. We want to give you a better idea of what things look like from 1,200 feet in the air. This is that Southwest jet. It is just to the left of runway 13 at Nashville International. That's the main runway you see to the right there. It's unclear exactly how this all happened, but we do know that the jet was actually taxiing when it slammed into that ditch. A very scary situation for all of the passengers who were on board coming from Houston. We can tell you that all of those passengers were then transported over to the terminal there, which you're seeing in the center of your screen, by a bus. Emily Luxton is actually on the ground there. She told us that those passengers were being taken from a bus over to baggage claim. The ones that weren't hurt, are obviously being allowed to just get their bags and leave the airport. But in the center of your screen there, that is the Boeing 737 from Houston that made this hard landing. A lot of first responders obviously rushed to this scene when this happened. This is what a lot of those folks train for year-round. They are ready for these type of situations. That includes the flight attendants and the other personnel that were on board of that Southwest jet, who obviously brief these people before they take off to let them know in case of an emergency what to do. We did see on one side of the plane, on the right side of the plane, that the emergency slides had been deployed, which clearly indicates a lot of these folks had to rush off in a hurry here once this plane hit the ground. You can see that first responders and other law enforcement personnel are still out there right now with this plane. A very fortunate part of this situation is that there didn't appear to be any kind of fire or flames. Obviously, that's one of the biggest concerns when a plane like this hits the ground and hits the ground hard. What we are waiting for now in these type of situations typically happens is the NTSB will be out here to try to determine exactly what happened here. We will be probably getting some kind of preliminary information soon, but in terms of a final investigation, it could take months before we know exactly what happened. But again, to reiterate, 3 people with minor injuries were transported from the hospital after this Southwest plane slammed into the ground about an hour and a half ago. But certainly the good news here is that no one was seriously injured when all of this happened. Rory and Carrie?